Welcome back to Ask the Trade Pros, a show where a couple of trade guys talk about trade stuff. We're here to answer all your questions about your HVAC, electrical, plumbing, and other home systems so you can keep your home running smoothly. I'm Todd.
And I'm Jordan.
Happy holidays, everyone. No matter how you may celebrate, we all have our favorite traditions, which could be visiting friends and family, throwing pumpkins, exchanging gifts, and decorating on occasion, to name a few.
Dressing up, like Halloween dressing up.
On Christmas.
Yeah? Have you seen The Nightmare Before Christmas, Todd?
Yeah, I have.
Best Christmas movie ever. Well, for the holidays, we have a lot of activities, as you said, Todd, we like to do. And some of them have to do with our home, mostly decorating, whether it be for Halloween or you said for Christmas or even for New Year's. People tend to do things around the house, decorative.
Thanksgiving, too.
Thanksgiving's
a big one.
Hey, people don't realize the day after Thanksgiving or the day of Thanksgiving is one of the busiest plumbing days of the year.
Yeah.
Because everything goes down the drain. Everything.
Yep.
So let's talk a little bit about some of the things we can do to get our house ready for these events, Todd.
So during the holidays, you think of holidays as dressing up, having parties, being together with family. But what comes with that whiskey, any type of alcohol really, if you have family over. Sometimes you can deal with them, sometimes you can't. People say that the best time of it all is watching them leave, so who knows? Who knows what your relationship is with your family, but
let's make that house fun and festive for them to come over.
And what comes with that, Jordan? Lights, right? Everyone wants to put up lights for everything. Halloween, even Thanksgiving, Christmas, etc.
Now it's more than lights. People have automated devices. And
inflatables.
Yes, there's all kinds of things you can buy straight out the store that decorate your house.
Music, that's a big one too, that plays automatic when you walk by with motion sensors. So what does all that use? It all uses power, right? So let's get into that. Every year, everyone's putting up lights, running extension cords all over their yard.
What's wrong with 40 things plugged into one socket, Todd?
Yeah, well, what's wrong with that is electrical fires, right? So any circuit can only handle, typically 15 to 20 amps is going to be your typical outlet. So depending on where you're plugging into and how much, like Jordan just said, you're running off that. If you're putting a surge protector with 6 extra outlets and running everything off of one 15 amp circuit, remember it can only handle that 15 amps.
Yeah, and it's more than just the power it pulls, Todd. A lot of people don't realize it's the length of the wire. If you have a 30-foot extension cord plugged into a 30-foot extension cord plugged into a 50-foot extension cord, that length diminishes the amount of power that outlet can handle.
Yep, you're exactly right, and a lot of connection points as well. So I would recommend checking your outlets. So typically people only have a few outlets outside, so you're hooking up cords or running everything off of one outlet. If you don't have any outlets outside, maybe call your local electrician, say, hey, I want to go big this year with my holiday.
70,000 lights?
Yeah, with my holiday lights. And do I have enough power, or do I need 1-2 dedicated circuits to run that? Also, something to consider, and probably a lot of people are doing it nowadays, but LED lights. So LED lights are going to consume less electricity than traditional incandescent bulbs.
They are. One of the things I'd like people to consider, which I see a lot, is any outlet that's outside is supposed to be either GFCI'd and weatherproofed, so it'd have a cover, anything like that. We've gone to a lot of homes where they're running their electrical and they don't, like you said, they don't have an outlet outside, so they have the one outlet in the backyard or they have one outlet on the side of the house, and they're running 100 feet of cable and they're running it just in the outlet, and the cover doesn't close, so the outlet itself is exposed to the elements. Now, where we're at, it doesn't rain all that much, but it could rain, and then you now have an open outlet, or you have even on your extension cords, like you said, they have a 6-cord extension on there. It's not a weatherproof device, and it's exposed to the elements with those outlets and that power being just laying out there for, in some cases, we all know that people put the holiday lights up and they sit out there for 3 months.
Yeah, they do make outdoor rated timers. Everyone likes to have their lights on a timer. So if you're buying timers or outdoor extension cords, make sure that they are the weatherproof type. they do make them. They are available. So protect yourself, protect your family.
Yeah. One of the other things is the kind of layout where you want to do. So I know a lot of people don't like to put their lights up and take their lights down and all that stuff. We've talked about that. One of the things I think that's neat, and Todd, I know you've looked into this recently, and this is a side note from their electrical connections, but there are permanent lights that they can mount to their house. They're a little bit more expensive, but they get wired. Well, you tell me a little bit more, Todd, because I know you've looked into it, but they do wire in directly, I think. They're on their own circuit. They're wired differently.
Yeah, so actually I was talking about it, and at the end of the year when everything was on sale, it was 50% off, so I bought a set. And they come in different sizes, so you can attach, but they sell 100-foot sections. In my case, I got the 300-foot section, and they're LED. So they're year round, they're permanent. You mount them under your eave typically. Well, it depends on the layout of your house, but they're weatherproof and they're sealed. So you could leave them there year round, and whatever the occasion may be, a birthday party, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever type of lighting you want, you can adjust the lighting to any color. They have themes, they have music that plays with it. So like you said, those are becoming very popular. And you never have to remove them, most importantly.
Yeah, that's the big part, right? No up and down, no wires, no exposed connections, and they're mostly HOA approved, right? They blend kind of right into the roof line.
Yeah, they do. So in the cases that I've seen and where I live, you don't even see them. You would have to look really hard to even see them.
Well, when it comes to any of your electrical concerns getting ready for the holidays, it's always a bright idea to confer with your trusted trade pro. Happy holidays, everyone, and have a great, safe, extreme holiday season.
Thank you for listening to Ask the Trade Pros. We release new episodes every other Tuesday, so be sure to subscribe and follow us wherever you listen to podcasts. If you have a question you would like us to answer on the show, please leave us a voicemail or an email, and we may feature your question in an upcoming episode. That information is in the show notes. This podcast is sponsored by the good folks at Done Right Services. As always, thank you for your support.